Now recording.
Mo,
Mm.
an event occurred 7 years ago that would destroy all traces of something that defined my childhood, and I did not even know the full implications until this moment, Mo.
All right, there's an uncle with a videotape and a basement joke somewhere that could be made, but I'm classy. But I'm classy, and this is a classy show. So why don't you go ahead and regale us with tales of this loss?
Very classy. Now let me describe to you a couple of business transactions involving a popular children's television franchise, shall
Oh
we?
God, is this another goddamn fucking Power Rangers story?
Listen, it's been in the news,
Uh,
okay?
okay, all right.
Well,
I fucking
okay.
hate Power Rangers.
Here's the timeline, okay? Here's some business
Uh huh.
transactions that occurred.
Uh huh.
Don't be mean, okay? Jeez, I'm just trying to do a
Look,
bit
man, this
here.
sounds like a story where you end up getting molested and someone promised you Power Rangers
I
paraphernalia.
promise you I'm not getting molested in any way in this story,
There's
okay?
no molestation in this story then?
No, in fact, I'm
You're
not
not.
involved with the story in any way. I'm telling a
Oh,
news story in an
oh, okay.
entertaining manner. Okay. So
Okay.
here's the timeline of business transactions.
Not
In
molestation, but business
no
transactions.
molestation involved,
Okay.
that's all.
All right. Go ahead.
Uh, in the year 2002, Power Rangers was sold by Saban Brands to a company we all know, a little indie company I like to call Disney.
Uh-huh.
Uh, D-
Little up and comer,
Little up and
little
comer
go-getter.
Disney acquired Power Rangers in 2002. They continued to produce Power Rangers through the year 2009. And this was a time right before and right as they purchased like Star Wars and Marvel and stuff. And Disney kind of touted itself as an anti-violence company. So they hated that they had Power Rangers. So in 2010, they sold it back to Saban for a fraction of what they bought it for. So, so they said, fuck this shit, we don't want it anymore. Sold it back to Saban. And, life was okay. The new seasons they were making kind of sucked. But at least the franchise was still alive. We were getting DVD releases of the old stuff. It was cool. They made one good season there. Their last one was pretty cool. But then in 2018, Mo, in
This is when you were
2018,
molested.
this is when I was molested. No,
Okay. Okay.
uh, in 2018, 7 years ago, something that seemed innocuous that it had happened before would end up changing fates forever. In 2018, Power Rangers was sold again. Saban sold it to Hasbro, the company behind such favorites as Transformers and My Little Pony and G.I. Joe, those sorts of things. That company acquired Power Rangers in 2018. Now, cut to 2023, after just a few years of Hasbro producing Power Rangers. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury releases on Netflix, and we learn that that is going to be the final season of Power Rangers. After 30 years, Power Rangers is over. And the people on the internet all immediately moved to, because of course, if you don't know, Power Rangers is kind of like a scam because all of its fight footage comes from a completely different show called Super Sentai, which airs in Japan. So for years, Power Rangers has kind of been a laughing stock, and all the like fucking righteous nerds on Twitter are like, who even cares about that gay Power Rangers shit? We're all just watching Super Sentai anyway. So that was kind of the consensus. Is like whatever. Power Rangers hasn't been that good in a long time anyway. We're just gonna keep watching Super Sentai. And people who were big Power Rangers fans like me just had to sit there and sulk in the corner and take it. And we thought that was the end. We've known that for years, obviously, but Mo, we started to hear some rumors this year that Super Sentai might also be facing a similar fate.
Mhm.
And those rumors were confirmed last week. They announced officially that Super Sentai, after 50 years, is coming to an end. Of the 50-year run of Super Sentai, all half a century, it is coming to its conclusion. I think today, actually, this news came out. We got some insight as to why. And I guess one of the primary reasons is because Hasbro is a toy company. So when they bought Power Rangers, they started doing the toys. And that fucked over Bandai Namco, who I guess is associated with Toei, and they lost a ton of money on Super Sentai toys because I guess like Power Rangers toys are getting imported and stuff or whatever. I don't know the exact details, but I guess because of toy sales, the acquisition of Hasbro by the acquisition of Power Rangers by Hasbro caused a domino effect that led to Super Sentai ending. So now all not only is Power Rangers gone, but the Japanese show that everybody liked better and everybody assumed was going to continue for fucking decades to come also ended. All because fucking the My Little Pony G.I. Joe machine bought Power Rangers in 2018. And that's the story of how the empire of my childhood has come crashing down. And it's strange to live in a world without Power Rangers or Super Sentai because I've never existed on a planet where I couldn't be like, okay, I would like to watch new episodes of young adults in spandex beating up monsters in rubber suits. And that's there. That is there for me at any time that I desire it. That has been the case since my birth. And now that is no longer the case. And I don't know how to live in this world, Mo. It's so strange.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, one day, like I thought that the world was going to be lesser for if the Simpsons fucking got canceled or they had like a last season. This is back in 2008, and I kind of wish that they did because like the Simpsons that we have is fucking garbage. The Family Guy that we have is terrible too. And I just wish everything would just end. So sometimes maybe it's just better that it ended instead of it running as long as Family Guy and like Simpsons did.
Well, for Power Rangers, that's probably true. Super Sentai has been consistently pretty good for the past 20 years and didn't need to end now. And it's kind of unfortunate that it did. Especially because this is the year I finally decided to start watching the new one every year. Like before, I just kind of like I couldn't decide if I was going to say perused or browsed, and then I combined the two. Um,
Aroused.
I perused some of the older seasons. I finished one called Hurricaneger, which was from 2002. But I finally decided this year, the current Sentai Gojuger, I'm like, this is the one. This year, I'm gonna start watching Super Sentai, and I'm gonna do it every year. And it turned out Gojuger is the last Super Sentai.
Kajuju. I
and
like how
also,
you
and
say kajuju because it sounds like you're just saying nonsense words,
I'm,
but I know it's just a word in another language.
yeah,
Kajuju.
it's words in another way. Very simple. It's go Juger.
Well,
Like
it sounded
jur at
like you
the end,
said
like a ranger, but it's go Juger. Go Juger.
go Jujer. What are Jews
Yes.
jurging?
What is even what you just said?
I don't know. You're the one that's saying kajuju. And like Jews are like judging or whatever they are. I mean, I'm not like a follower of the Jewish faith, so I don't know exactly how a Jew could judge, but I guess you know.
Yeah. True. I do know. And now the final point of this is now the
This is where
fucking
you get molested in the story.
this is where I get molested. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Go ahead. Trauma dump
Uh,
on me.
now the weebs have won because in my long time in the Power Rangers Super Sentai fan base, there's this other show called Kamen Rider that's kind of like the sister show of Super Sentai in Japan. But it's like it's less formulaic and they're all like weird elaborate bug men instead of just having like spandex and helmets. It's weird. But a lot of these people really like that show. And I've had like friends who are into Power Rangers and Sentai like fall off of Power Rangers and Sentai and be like, no, 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 listen, Kamen Rider's the real shit. And of course, I always laugh them off. But recently, I started watching some Kamen Rider and realized that it actually is pretty good. And now it's the last man standing. Now it's the only choice. So now all the fucking Kamen Rider nerds who I've been pushing away for years, like fucking Squidward and the Krabby Patties, I'm like, I don't want to eat Kamen Rider. I don't like it. But now I have to go into the vault and eat all the Krabby Patties and get really fat because it's my only choice.
Okay. So
And that's
this is
my
just
trauma.
a roundabout way of you sort of coping with your trauma.
Yes. The Mo, you have you ever had I'm sure you have in your long history. Have you ever had a franchise that you cared about that has run since since years before you even breathed that has ended?
Oh, well, there's really nothing from that. Like, cause everything's sort of like by
Because
the
you're
time
old. TVs didn't exist when you were a kid.
shut the fuck up, okay? Alright, shut the fuck up. Though, let me date myself a little bit. I'm so old that we used to be able to rent TVs weekly from the local store. Like, when me and my mom and dad and my little brother or maybe it was little brother at the time, we were my dad just barely got a job, and we didn't have a TV and we ended up having to rent a TV. Now, here's the two options: you had a color TV that was X amount of dollars, or for about $15 cheaper, you can get the black and white TV, and you can have that. So we rented the fucking black and white TV because we were broke as fuck, and we didn't have any money whatsoever, and
Did
it
it have
took us
like a
forever.
crank on the side? You guys had to take turns cranking it.
Okay, I know you're making an elderly joke, but no TV in the world had a crank on the side of
There
it, so that's
are
fucking
crankable
retarded.
TVs. That's
There are
real.
not crankable
I, I
are you talking
promise
about
you they're
oh,
crankable
alright,
TVs.
alright, they're crankable TVs for, like, ice fishers in Minnesota or Montana, like, up near Canada when it gets fucking cold in fucking July and everything's frozen over. Yeah, okay, now I know what stupid bullshit you're talking about now. Yeah, yeah. In that case, there are crankable TVs, but I don't think they ever made their way south, though. I don't think we ever had those here. I've never seen one.
I
You
don't
know
think
what
I have either.
you know what I actually miss? I do miss the 10 to 15-inch freaking little portable TVs that on the top, you just press the left or the right side of the handle that was embedded in it. It would pop up. You can grab the handle and fucking like take it with you wherever you want. I missed
That's pretty
that.
cool.
I
That's
thought
pretty
that was
good.
really cool, man. There's something that we were missing. There's, to sort of answer your question, before I was even your age, there was a ton of stuff that sort of like ran its course, you know? And because I come from the 80s and 90s, where like I didn't know this until I started really deep diving into cartoons from your childhood, hood. YouTube type videos. And no, I noticed that like half the cartoons that I used to be really into, they never ended. They just abruptly were just taken off the air and canceled. Like, I don't know if you know this one, but Mighty Max. Mighty Max has an ending, but it was supposed to have more and was set up to have more, but then it was just abruptly canceled. There was another cartoon called Exo Squad that was really cool. And it was when it hit me just in the right time. Like, I was getting out of kitty stuff. Like, I was like, well, I can read X Men or I can read fucking Spawn. And why do I like all these other like Dark Horse and stuff, like all these other like comic books that were shit comic books, but the tits on the fucking chicks on the covers of those comic books were magnificent and fucking insane. And so it was just like it was borderline pornography. It was some good shit. Like I couldn't tell you half the issues from Gwen 13. Well, I can tell you, man, fucking loads were dropped to fucking her, man.
Hell yeah.
Uh, I don't know why I got on a tangent, but yeah, everything kind of just. I come from a time where everything just kind of ended suddenly. So, really, the only thing that bums me out are just random cancellations of shows that were doing really well. Specifically, biggest offender is Netflix. Because, like, notice how fucking Amazon kind of fights tooth and fucking nail for most of their shows because they're like, dude, we put like 50 cents into this show. We were not going to stop till we get our money back, you know? And I think that's kind of funny. Whereas Netflix, you know, that South Park joke, welcome to Netflix, you're greenlit. What's your idea? And they're like about to pre-approve and approve your show for like 5 seasons. Well, they just fucking do that. That's actually what they do. So, like, shows like Inside Job all of a sudden just get shit canned after having a successful, or really like, well, several successful seasons. Well, 2 successful seasons because they only had 2 seasons. But like the second season did fucking fantastically well, and they shit canned it for no reason. There was a cartoon in the 90s called The Critic. It fucking won an Emmy, or not, yeah, an Emmy, or an Academy Award, or whatever the fuck it's called, right? They won the big award for like best animated like comedy, and The Critic won one year, and they had a pretty good season, not as good as the Emmy Award winning season, but it won the award, right? And all of a sudden, because they didn't have that banger fucking season like they did, but they had a pretty good season, but it was just abruptly canceled. It was just it didn't do well. They just abruptly fucking canceled the show. And like it's the sudden cancellations that get me rather than the show that's been around for 20 years since I was a kid and then suddenly got canceled, I guess. But this is sort of your sort of like 9/11, your Pearl Harbor, right?
I mean, yeah, kind of. It's just like I came up on this show. Like I was watching fucking hand me down VHS tapes from my sister of the episodes from the 90s, like when I was like 2. And I'm watching on the TV all the time throughout my formative years, and it's always been there. You know, there have been times where I've tuned out, but whenever I'm like, man, I wonder what's going on with Power Rangers or with Super Sentai, there's always been something for me to tune into, and now it's over. They are doing a reboot for Disney Plus, maybe, but they also were doing a reboot for Netflix, maybe, and then that got canceled. So I'm not gonna trust this Disney Plus reboot until it's in front of me.
Yeah, I mean that's the correct attitude to have, to be honest. Trust but verify.
Anyway, now that we've done 20 minutes of a podcast, do you want to do an intro?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Fuck it. A one, a two, a skiddly dilly do. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the MoCast. I'm your host, Mo Diggity, and joining me today is my, super hot fucking co-host. Just has the biggest tits I've ever seen on a man. Say what's up to Riley. What's up, Riley?
Well, I didn't know we were just gonna come out like that about our gay relationship. I thought we were keeping it private, but
All right, just do some jumping jacks for me real quick, man. Let me hear a clap.
let me see that shit jiggle.
Bump, 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 or whatever fucking rap song you want to substitute in there. And of course, it's me, the one and only Mo Diggity, aka Mosack
Whoa,
Gaming.
whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Famous Tarkov YouTuber,
The Tarkov
Roadside Gaming, and Arc Raiders
And
YouTuber.
Arc Raiders, and World of Warcraft sometimes. It's kind of crazy how, like, there's a Warcraft to Tarkov pipeline in gaming because I didn't know until I started joining other Tarkov servers. Like I'm in Fragus' server right now, and when his people aren't playing fucking Tarkov, which is 24/7 all the time, all day, every day, they're playing fucking World of Warcraft or Arc Raiders, man. And it fucking like psychs me out because I just thought people were like, I just play Tarkov, that's it. Tarkov, 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 15 years of Tarkov. And that's it. I didn't know there was
It's
such
the
a
only thing I will
hardcore.
ever play.
Yeah, I thought that was how Tarkov was, right? Because I was all about that fucking World of Warcraft and Black Ops 2 life. Man, I miss that's when gaming, the last breath of gaming, I think, is right around BioShock Infinite and Metal Gear Rising. I think that's when real gaming officially died, and we had this new like imagine if you will, Riley, a bunch of families. They're in this meadow. They're all like all happy as can be. All nuclear family, the mom and dad, the picket fence, the 2.5 kids, and a car and a house with a garage and everything. And you hear the angels singing, oh, and all of a sudden you hear strike right now, and this wave of evil and gunk, and like a Holocaust made flesh, or like a Holocaust turned with it in its form, just was like waving over the fucking poor happy people, and those happy people were the golden years of gaming, and it was just fucking ran over by this sea of this wave of mediocrity and shit and self-loathing and hatred that was rarely ever seen in humankind, right? Like you have to dig deep in history to see this like sludge of disgustingness and hatred. And that's kind of what Gamergate really was. It was the tidal wave of, just screaming fucking fanatics. Like if you were a fucking woman without a headscarf or a fucking durka suit or whatever in the Middle East, and you just have your hair all waving, and just all these fucking people just like coming around you screaming, ah, and shit. That's how Gamergate felt. It felt like you were a liberated woman in the Middle East and you're about to get, culturally enriched and educated, That's how that felt.
I'm sorry, this is only related to something you said like 5 minutes ago. But you talked about like the picket fence and the nuclear family and the 2.5 kids,
Well,
right?
that's Americana, right? That's like the image that everyone wants.
Yeah, I'm imagining. I'm sure somebody has to have already done this, right? I've just never seen it because I don't watch like comedy cartoon material a lot anymore, like on YouTube. But I want to see like a parody cartoon where it's just like a nuclear family, and it's all like normal, except it's like literally 2.5 kids. Like there's
Well,
two regular kids, and then there's like a literal half of a kid who like
well.
drags himself on the ground by his one hand, and
Okay, all right. I get what you're fucking saying. I get what you're fucking saying. I think the point five is like a pet or like a baby. I think that's what
no,
that
I think the
means.
point five is just like some of them have two and some of them have three, and it kind of balances even the statistic. I think that's what it means, but
It could
I'm just,
also mean that. I'm fine with that too.
I'm just imagining like literally like bisected vertically, like half a face, one arm, one leg, half a torso. They
So
just
like you're making this fucking kid just go through the absolute like total agony.
He's a
He just
horrific
can't.
death.
He
And
can't
like
have
the
like
family
just
doesn't
two.
acknowledge it. That's the joke. They're just having like very normal family time at the dinner
All
table,
of a
and then
sudden, here comes fucking Happy just fucking crawling up. Hello, mother and father. Gaze upon my visage and serve me nutrients. you know. Oh. So the kid couldn't just have like two arms or two legs. Like, so he's not running or he can't be on a skateboard up and
yeah,
down
no,
a
no, no,
fucking
he's not.
subway,
It's not a horizontal bisection. It's a vertical bisection.
just rattling a can on the subway going, I have no legs. I have no legs. He can't just fucking do that, huh?
No, he has one leg.
I have no legs. From a movie called Kids. It's one of the most fucked up movies I've ever seen.
I've never even heard of such a film.
It's a bunch of like fucking like teenagers and early 20 somethings gathering around. They're just getting out of high school and AIDS just fucking started hitting like the main population, right? It's basically a fucking story about this young girl who fucking hooked up with some fucking doofus, some fucking putz at a party, and he was HIV positive and he passed it to her. And back then AIDS was basically a death sentence because there was no treatment, no nothing for it. Now there kind of is, but you have to have money.
You have to be Charlie Sheen or Magic Johnson.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta basically just have the money for it, or
Do you
be on
think
a
that
government
Charlie Sheen
program.
was doing Crisco oil little boy raping? Do you buy that?
Oh
Have you
no,
heard
no,
about
no,
that?
Charlie Sheen, no, dude, he's all about the fucking pussy, the fucking high end, high quality pussy. That dude was buying fucking, who was it? Heidi Fleiss, that was running the famous Hollywood cat house, I think. Yeah, he was buying high quality pussy, like back then, and because I don't believe like this is the same reason why I don't believe Trump is a pedophile, is because
Oh, I can't
no, I
even
don't.
talk to you. Are
I
you
don't
fucking
no,
kidding me?
I don't believe that for a second. Because look at every one of the women he's ever been seen with. Russian fucking hotties like fucking crazy. The fucking his stint in the child pageant stuff, I fucking guarantee you that was
He
all
was
money
jerking
laundering.
off in the dressing
No,
room
no, he
and
wasn't.
shit.
No, he wasn't.
Like,
There's zero proof of that. I've never seen any actual proof that ever fucking happened.
bro was definitely hanging out
No,
on
he wasn't.
Epstein's
Nah,
island,
I think it was
fucking
more. Nah,
teenagers.
it was more nefarious than that. That dude was acting. He was a criminal there, just the wrong kind of criminal. I think straight
That
up.
lady who said that
No,
when she was
no,
13, Donald Trump
no,
raped her, and he said, "Shut
no,
up, bitch,"
no,
when she said
no.
to
That
stop
didn't
doing it
happen.
so hard.
That didn't
That was
happen. That
real.
didn't
That was a
happen.
real
No, it wasn't.
story.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. All these fucking people who fucking come out in their fucking
Allegedly,
40s and
I'm
shit,
not making a claim of fact.
as soon as fucking Trump says, I'm going to run for president. Oh, I remember he stuck it in my butt when I was 13. I just remembered, and I'm 45. Get the fuck out of here. No, that's not true. No, that dude was money laundering for fucking mafia. Because fucking it's well known that Trump has mafioso ties from his times in New York.
Didn't the court hold him like liable for sexual assault? Like he had to pay a
I don't
lady
think
out
so.
because he did
I
rape
don't
on
think
her?
so.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
think
that
so.
happened. I think Trump did a little sexual assaulting.
I don't know. I are you talking about the fucking porn star
No, I don't think it was Stormy Daniels. There was some sort
that he
of
fucked
like
like a bunch? No, I don't
yeah,
think that's
yeah, yeah.
real.
No. There was some sort of civil case where Trump was being sued for sexual assault, and in the like legal deposition, he had to pay the girl off, and in the legal deposition, it like says that Donald Trump did sexual assault on her
Ah,
in like the
bullshit.
final like
No
decree of the
bullshit.
case.
Bullshit. Because if any of that shit were even remotely true, he wouldn't be in office.
I don't think that's true, Mo. I think
Nah,
that
nah, nah. I
I,
mean,
I,
well,
I
then again, we did have Joe Biden in office, and he was a fucking well-known diddler. I mean, he couldn't stop having sex with children. I mean, the corn
I
pop
mean, I don't know.
fucking
I don't know that there's any proof of him having sex with children, but he
no, no,
definitely
no.
had some
Okay.
strange behavior.
Zero, no, zero fucking stories from Trump about fucking young colored kids coming up to me and stroking the hairs on my leg and watching. Ugh.
Listen, old men are just
God, there's
weird,
nothing.
okay? It
You
doesn't have to
no,
be that
he
he's
wasn't
fucking
old then.
kids.
He was just a pedophile then. Gross. Just Trump never fucking says that. He's always talking
He's
about
just like the
pussy.
weird uncle who's just like harmless, but you don't want to talk to
No,
him.
no, no. That no, that's you say harmless, I say molester, okay? I say pedophile. Because like Trump always like every time he gets
I think
busted,
it's crazy to look at the evidence presented of Donald Trump, the two claims Donald Trump is a
I just
pedophile,
don't
Joe
think it's
Biden is a
real.
pedophile. I understand the conclusion of Donald Trump and Joe Biden are both pedophiles. I do not understand the conclusion of Joe Biden is a pedophile and Donald Trump is not. That's a bad conclusion. You failed
That's not
as
a
a
bad
conclusion
conclusion. There's
drawer.
no actual evidence whatsoever he's ever been convicted of sexual assault. None. Because he wouldn't be in the fucking White House if he were an actual convicted rapist.
I'm
No one.
grokking this shit right now.
Oh yeah, Grok, the fucking Trump supporting Grok guy. Yeah,
I'm
go ahead and fucking Grok that, bro.
that's
Grok,
why
if this is
that's why
true,
I'm grokking it, because if
you're
I chat
fucking
GPT it, you're
retarded.
gonna tell me it's like liberal lies. So I'm gonna
No,
grok
I'm
it.
saying it's a fucking AI that fucking is wrong constantly.
Was
All you
Donald
have to do,
Trump
this is so
found
fucking stupid.
legally
You're
liable
actually grokking something
for
live while during the
sexual
recording.
assault?
No, he was not. That's fucking bullshit.
Let's see. It's searching the web. It's found 10 results on the web.
Uh-huh.
It's really thinking hard about this.
It's trying to fucking oh
It's
god.
browsing web pages.
Usually it takes like a second to fucking boost everything out.
I think I might have put my grok in like super thinking mode by accident. Okay, yes. In May 2023, a federal jury in New York found Donald Trump civilly liable for sexually abusing writer E. Jean Carroll in a 1996 incident at a Manhattan department store, awarding her $5 million in damages for the abuse and subsequent defamation. The jury did not find him liable for rape under New York's then narrow legal definition requiring penile penetration, but instead for a form of sexual abuse involving forcible digital penetration that caused physical and
Forcible digital
psychological harm.
penetration?
So he was fingering this
Yeah.
woman
No, wait.
forcibly.
No,
In
I
a
want
subsequent July 2023 ruling, the presiding judge clarified that the jury's verdict effectively meant Trump had raped Carroll, as the term is commonly understood, beyond the strict legal definition. The liability was upheld on appeal in December 2024, and Trump has since petitioned the U.S. Supreme Court to review the case. Note that this was a civil case based on a preponderance of evidence, not a criminal conviction, and some media outlets have interchangeably described the finding as sexual assault. Okay, so he has not been found legally liable for sexual assault, but he has been found. No, he hasn't been found like criminally liable. That's the phrase. I'm like, he hasn't been found criminally liable for sexual assault, but he's been found legally liable in a civil sense for sexual assault.
Well, I mean, he's president, so how
He
bad?
was
I
doing
guess.
so he was doing some wacky shit to this E. Jean
All
Carroll
right.
shit chick, and he got in
It-
trouble for
and she
it.
was probably in her 20s and 30s. So, unlike Biden, who was just straight up fucking children for like most of his
Yeah,
adult
but like
life.
he never got in court for that. Nobody ever
Yeah,
took Joe
but
Biden to court and said you
he
fucked a
was,
child.
but
And
he
then it's
was a
like
child molester, though. You have to admit that.
I don't have to admit that because there's actually zero evidence for it. Whereas
Yes, it
Trump
is.
has
Corn Pop,
literally
the fucking
Trump
kids
has been
rubbing
found
him,
legally liable
getting
for
weird,
rape type
him
activity and
him
hung out with
sniffing.
Jeffrey Epstein all the time.
I
Like
mean, like, how many fucking times did fucking Biden sniff fucking chicks' hair?
that's
I mean,
weird.
it's
It's
just
weird and
weird.
it's gross, but it doesn't mean he's doing rape.
I fucking highly disagree. I just think he hasn't been busted.
I wouldn't be shocked if he was doing rape, but I know Trump is doing rape. Allegedly, not actually do I know that, but I think that I
Okay,
know
so
that.
that's the thing. So did he do rape or not then? Because it's really confusing and like, okay, so he's not we're not saying that he raped somebody, but in a roundabout way he raped somebody. Like just say that he raped somebody.
He said he was found legally liable for sexual abuse. I'm alleging that he is a pedophilic rapist. He was found legally liable for the sexual abuse of what I believe to be an adult woman. I am alleging, based on other evidence, that he is a pedophile rapist.
Okay, well you have no evidence of this pedophilia, so uh, oh god. Oh, burn it all down anyway. It's just like,
Yeah, I thought you were on the anti-Trump train. We got to get rid of him.
well, you know what? Yeah, I mean, like, I'm
Why
just
do you think
always
he's
trying to be
trying to block the
optimistic.
fucking Epstein files and fuck around with the Epstein files? He's in there.
Well, like, if it's not a big deal, I mean,
Are you
I
gonna say
want
it's
the
not a big deal
Epstein.
to be in the Epstein files? Is this what you're doing now? Are we going
No, I'm
there?
not. No, I'm not doing
Okay.
that. No, I want the
Okay.
Epstein files unredacted release. I don't care how many people burn for it. I don't care how many people get fucking burned for it. I don't care how many fucking lives are fucking ruined because of it. Oh, fucking just unrelease the whole fucking thing. That's how I feel about it. I don't think we'll ever actually get like a full redaction, and I don't think anyone will ever get punished because of it.
Yeah,
We really do actively condone rape in this country, don't we?
yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
I mean,
It's
like
it's
rapists never get fucking punished at all.
it's a really tragic state that our world is in.
uh, so Riley, how was your Thanksgiving?
I didn't do shit. It was a day off from work, which is cool. The 4-day weekend from work was a much needed break. But now every time I get an actually okay, decent break from work and then I have to go back, the last day I start having a fucking mental breakdown all day as the fucking clock slowly dwindles to the time at which I have to go to work tomorrow. And that thought is just like fucking eating away at me. And it really is unhealthy just how much I dread working. And it's not that the job is bad. It's not any particularly any better or worse than the job I was doing before. It's just the concept. I'm so terminally lazy that the concept of going to work is like the worst thing ever. It's like I'm in hell, but it's just real life and how real life works.
God damn. Uh,
It's just like eternal damnation in the fire and flames. The fact that I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and be away from my home base where I'm safe and warm until 7 o'clock at night. It's just it's just bad. I just don't want it. I just want to be rich. It's bullshit that some people just get to be born and have 20 bajillion dollars and never work a day in their lives. And I have to go sell people stupid shit over the phone for 8 hours. It's just not fair.
Well, man, you're young enough now. You need to learn to code and try to do like computer work. I mean, even though like a lot of that shit is going to be automated in the private sector, the public sector, everyone's still fucking functionally retarded. They can't even vibe code for crying out loud, right? But you're smart enough to learn how to do that, and it's not
No,
hard.
coding is like scary and foreign to me. I don't
It's
understand
not
how it
fucking scary
works.
and foreign, it's easy. Just fucking YouTube coding 101. It's fine, man. You ain't gotta
I did
worry
all
about
this
it.
shit in middle school and like I just barely faked it enough to pass the assignment in fucking computer class. But the whole time I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is any of this shit? Like, okay, I guess I kind of understand in this very simple form where you've told me to drag these cubes that already have all the shit on them together in a sequence. Maybe I can kind of figure that out. But then when I increase the difficulty or when I actually look at anything that is like real coding beyond just like dragging blocks around, it's like, what the fuck? What is the fucking value? What the fuck is it? How does any of this
Okay.
work?
Yeah. Well, what you need to do is not worry about that. You need to just you know what? After the show's done, I'll start YouTubing you some of my coding 101 videos that fucking work so well for me, and I'm fucking stupid and you're not, so this should be
But why do
easy
you
as
not
pie for
have
you.
some sort of magical coding job and not you're in a forklift at
Well,
3 in the
because I'm
morning?
on a fucking forklift at 3 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, why?
That's
Do
why I
coding.
don't have time right now. Oh, yes, I'm on a forklift at 3 in the fucking morning right now, so I don't have time to fucking go and do shit. Would you like to hear about my Thanksgiving?
Oh yes, Mo. I'm sorry that I didn't ask. I'm such a fucking rude friend. Tell
No,
me
no, it's
about
fine.
your Thanksgiving.
It was pretty fucking sick, man. We always knocked it out of the park for the holidays. I'm really happy for that. I haven't had like a drama-filled Christmas. I think in the last 10 years, only one of them. And it was so my sister was kind of being mean as shit to me. And like the first fight was she made everyone breakfast burritos, right? She made everyone this big fat fucking burrito. And then like she had the remnants and she decided, oh, I'm done fucking cooking for especially for this asshole. So she gives me the biggest fucking tortilla and the smallest a smattering, a spoonful that was like half fucking like spread but not really, and like the remnants of a pan of some fucking breakfast burrito fixins, right? And I just go, "Oh, wonderful! I'm going to love eating this fucking tortilla." And she started screaming at me. We just got this big shouting match. We got this huge shouting match, and then later on, she decided to pick a fight with my other brother, my little brother. And he got mad and decided that he was going to take the family's fucking PlayStation controller, the only PlayStation controller, with him in his fucking room. So now no one can play fucking PlayStation on Christmas.
Yeah,
So that
holidays are
was that.
mostly either drama or nothing in my neck of the woods because I don't have like a family that is easily accessible. Because it has always been a fact that my mother hates holidays and is always in a bad mood during holidays. But when I was young, I had grandparents who did not feel that way. And they would do the majority of the work to make my holiday good, and my mother would just be there and try not to suck. And that would be the dynamic. And then my grandparents died. So now the holidays are just me and my mother still hates holidays. So when we're alone, the two of us on holidays, there's also the fact that we already fight all the time. So it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that we are going to fight on holidays because she hates holidays and she's always in a bad mood on holidays and there's always something for us to be fighting about. So unless we just don't see each other, which does happen, and that's the good scenario, usually there's some sort of problem. We went to SeaWorld on Christmas a year or two ago and it did not go well. It was a bad trip. I probably talked about it on the show when it happened, but yeah, that's my holidays. And this year I barely saw her. We did fight in the 5 minutes we did see each other. And I just got leftovers from a place she went.
Wait, who'd you argue with?
My mother.
Oh, I thought you were living with your mom.
I am.
Oh. Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Oh, so you were arguing with her somewhere else then?
No, I was arguing with her at home.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
She went somewhere else. I didn't do anything. I just got leftovers from her from where she went. And we only talked for like 5 minutes that
God
day,
damn.
and we fought in those five
Sorry.
minutes.
Sorry. I don't mean to go. I don't mean to just Jesus Christ, man. That bad, huh?
Yeah, holidays immediately died along with my grandparents. It's just an unfortunate fact of life
My
that
holidays.
my mother has just never been able to do holidays. And I used to have other people in my life that would do that for her, and now that doesn't exist. So there just doesn't get to be holidays.
God damn.
Unless I take initiative, which maybe I will start doing at some point, but I wasn't fucking figuring out how to cook a turkey this year.
You don't know how to cook a turkey?
No.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty easy. It sounds like you just baste it, stick it in the oven, baste it every so often for a couple hours, and then boom, turkey.
You gotta like do shit to it though, or else it's like bad.
Well, I mean, you can have sex with it, but I don't recommend you fuck the turkey.
Yeah, no, not that, but like I've heard you gotta brine it. That's what the experts tell me.
Oh, the experts, schmexperts, those guys are fucking, they suck.
Heard you gotta brine it, or I've heard you gotta fry it, but that's like hard to do.
That's not hard to do. You just can't be retarded when you do it. Like,
Mm.
okay, here's how you fry a turkey. Don't fry it frozen. That's it. Don't fry
Real.
the fucking turkey frozen, and then you won't have a fucking frozen fucking turkey fire. That's all you have to do. It's the easiest shit.
True. Wonder what we're gonna do for Christmas this year. Not go on a trip, that's for sure. I also can't miss work yet. I'm in the fucking like the 100-day period where they're like, because you're new, you can't miss any time or we'll kill you. We'll take you into the back and shoot you with a shotgun if you ever miss a day of work. And it's like, oh shit.
Mm. Yeah, I'm so fucking tired of working and all that. I'm trying to figure out my way out of it, and I think my way out of it is food trucks and vending machines. That might be my way out.
Maybe. Interesting thought.
Well, like little food fight items like sandwiches, like fucking hero sandwiches, club sandwiches, and fucking hot dogs, chips and a drink, maybe a pickle. Just don't complicate things.
Are
Like
you gonna
have
have kraut for your dogs?
you know what? Yeah, that's good
Sold.
enough. Yeah.
Sold. I got fucking fucked over. I was so mad because I went to the mall, and that's like a long walk, the mall that I go to. And they had a place that had hot dogs, and it said that they had sauerkraut. And the day that I went there and I saw that, I didn't get a hot dog. I got something else. But I made a mental note. I'm like, they have sauerkraut here, and I love me a sauerkraut dog. So I went back specifically for the sauerkraut dog. And I went to get the sauerkraut dog, and they said they didn't have sauerkraut actually, despite what the menu said, and I was truly devastated.
That's
I just had to have a boring hot dog with just mustard on it, and no sauerkraut.
oh, well, why didn't you just put anything else on there like relish and onions and or chili and cheese or something?
Cause relish is bad. They didn't have a chili and cheese. It just had to be a mustard dog, a boring ass dog.
And how much did you pay for it?
I don't even fucking remember. Not that much. It wasn't expensive. It was one of
Like,
the cheaper food choices at that mall.
uh, I miss mall food. I kind
The
of
mall
miss
also
working
has
at
a
the mall.
lesbian sandwich shop, which is more expensive, but also better than the place where I got the hot dog.
I bet you won't see any sausage on their menu.
No,
No sausage at the lesbian sandwich shop. Does it
it's just like
specifically
two
say,
tattooed, short-haired women
"Oh, it's so hot"?
making pressed sandwiches for this mall that like two people go to. I'm sure they're just like fucking counting down the seconds until their lease runs out as they try to secure a new location because this mall fucking sucks.
Do you think they have makeout breaks?
I hope so. They weren't
Like,
very hot though, so maybe I don't hope so.
oh, bummer. All right, never mind.
Yeah. Maybe
It
they
would
weren't even
suck.
lesbians. They just were ugly.
Oh, okay.
That's a game show you can play with women. Is are
Oh,
they a lesbian or
lesbian
are
or
they ugly?
ugly? Like, which one? Like, okay, she's frumpy, she's got a shitty attitude, and she doesn't like men at all. She scowls at everybody and just is ill-tempered. Lesbian or just ugly? Can I pick can I pick ugly lesbian? That's actually the correct
Yes, it's the
answer.
Daily Double.
Duh.
Actually,
It's the
she's an ugly
secret answer.
lesbian. Yeah,
Yes.
that's actually the
Ba,
answer for
ba,
all of them. That's the
ba.
twist of the game show.
The one just starts fucking crying.
There's only hot lesbians in porn. That's what I've heard wise men tell me that before. I don't know how true that is.
Oh, dude, there's some like fucking in order for more diversity and more like body positivity, they've lit the frumpy, ugly ones into fucking porn now. So now it's a fucking it's a fucking crapshoot. If you want to look up fucking chicks dyking out, because now you're going to get some fucking frumpo fucking uggos and some fucking Gorlock the Destroyer type of chick who's like 8 out of 10 times not hot at all, not even in the face. If she has the nerve to be like a fat frumpy chick, but without a hot face. That's like the worst kind. Like, no, you gotta have a hot face and a frumpy looking unhappy body. Because the body can be sculpted into something better. The frumpy face, that's frumpy for life. LYFE. And you just can't do anything about that.
I don't know if I've ever met someone hot who's like a dedicated lesbian. I've met hot bisexual women, but then they have their own problems. Like I met a chick once who was like she was extremely hot, but like she was first of all she was like a giant whore telling stories about all of her orgies and shit she was going to. Also, she was like 20 pounds too skinny. That she was probably eating some ice cube salads for meals. And also she had some self-harm scars. So those are
Oh God.
that's what the hot bisexual women are working with is they're not eating and they're harming themselves.
Those chicks are anal on the first night, anal on the first date. That's for sure. Cause that's butt fucking the daddy issues away, definitely.
That type of thing is tragic though. I do hope those people better themselves. I think that chick was bettering herself. I met her at like a social gathering a long time ago. Sometimes there are those women that you just like think about, like, I wonder how that how that pretty lady that I met a couple times is now, who had some strange, peculiar things going on in her life. Hope she found God or something. Not her in particular, but just lots of people I've felt that way about. Like, I don't need God, but some of these people, they could do with it. You ever feel that way? Because you're not a religious man, are you?
No, not really. I've lightened my atheist stance on everything though. I'm not so I guess I'm just not trying I'm trying not to be so cynical. I'm not a believer. I'm just like, you know what? It's cool if you are, as long as you're not, strapping bombs to your chest or, throwing gay people off a fucking building or something. I'm fine with you being whatever you are.
Yeah, but as someone who does not believe in God, have you ever thought of someone else? Like, yeah, it would probably be beneficial if you believed in God. Because I've thought that a couple times about someone who's just like truly lost their way in life. I'm like, it's not like real, but like I feel like some Jesus would straighten you out.
Oh,
If someone
definitely,
if someone can
definitely.
trick you into thinking it's real for a while, it could really make some positive changes in your life.
Well, yeah, Patton Oswalt had a really great joke about this. Religion is here, so the biggest and the strongest didn't just kill and rape everyone that they wanted at any point in fucking time and take whatever fucking amount of power that they wanted or any country or territory that they wanted at any point in time, the ones that always like get up and said, "I'm going to have rape for dinner." You want to make
Yeah.
sure that there's like a fucking a sky cake or something in the sky that after you die you'll be able to ascend to the cakely heavens and fucking have your sky cake. I think that's what religion really is just placating the masses with promises of life everlasting, just so everyone, only like some people, are just killing, eating, and raping each other. And at least not everyone is killing, raping, and eating each other. No,
Yeah, the more
no
people we can
reaping and
trick into
ravaging.
not killing and making and eating each other, the better. That's true. I agree with that.
Well, yeah, because most people can't be good without like the promise of a reward for their little attaboys. There's not a whole lot of people that are good just for goodness sake.
It's like dogs without training, like some of them, they just like are naturally like, yeah, these people around me are cool. I'll hang out with them. But some of them are just like, I hate you all. I want to kill you and eat you. And that's unfortunate that some of the dogs are that way.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's just it's unfortunate because like you just can't get people. Like the worst thing to come out of this is now that people associate morality with religion, they're like, you can't be moral and not be religious. Like the
Fucking
fuck, yes I
stupid.
can.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. If I see the old lady trying to cross the street, I'm not going to go, in Darwin's name, I'll help you. I'm just going to go, hey, ma'am, you need some help? Yes, please, Shunny. And I'll guide her across the fucking street like a fucking Boy Scout. You know, I'm just going to do it just for, that's kind, that's decency, Just fucking, like you see someone trying to get up off the ground, you fucking give them a hand up. You don't need an attaboy. You don't need a pat on the back. You don't need $50 every single time. You don't need the fucking, you don't have to be the king of England or, the fucking magistrate of a fucking French province. It's fucking fine. Just help.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Well, why are we
like,
just fucked? Why do we have to live in a world where we're just like, it's already over? It's been over for a long time, and
well,
we're starting to feel the effects of it being over.
well, if the horseshoe theory is to be believed, then surely we must have hit the apex of, oh God, we're so fucked. And it's due to drop and start swinging back to the maybe things aren't so bad at the very least, to everything's great again. Say you get the fucking Trump utopia, the tariffs work out, everything is cheaper, the 70s and 80s of America are back again. We get the global financial reset everyone's kind of hoping for, which is this is what I kind of think is happening with the tariffs and all that. They're trying to trigger some sort of financial reset. And that's going to crash the economies, but it's also they're going to restructure them in such a way to where like whatever they introduce as currency and they have all their ducks lined up in the row, everyone's going to become trillionaires overnight, like all the friends of the friends of the friends in the higher places. You know what I mean? That's what I think this all is really. It's crashing this plane with no survivors, but we're going to build another one out of the ashes. That's basically what I think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to imagine just like the way up from where we are now, you know?
Well, we've been shown like the downtimes are
It's like
like
I don't see a
decades, man.
ladder anywhere. The walls are smooth. We're so deep into the crust of the planet now that it's just like what the fuck is even the point?
I think we're supposed to go into some giant's body, but we enter through the asshole and we're stuck on the first giant corn-filled turd. That's what I think we are. And we've been there for years and years and years, and we've just settled on the turd, and we've barely gotten to the asshole of the giant
Yeah, it's
because we thought there
true.
was going to be gold or something. I don't know.
We get to magic school bus through the giant's body and come out through his mouth, and that's the only way to the true salvation.
Ugh.
Man, Magic School Bus was a great distraction in school when they would play it.
That was a little bit after my time.
Oh shit, yeah, you didn't experience,
I think I
dude,
was in high school by that time.
the fucking school days where they just fucking roll in the AV cart with the shitty VHS player. 99% of the time it was Magic School Bus. Every once in a while it was My Friend Martin, which I feel like I talk about this on this show or this podcast in general once every couple of years. But it's just one of the strangest things about my childhood that I think about all the time is that where there's this weird, like, I think this even came out in the 90s, so like it didn't come out when I was a kid, but they played it in school like once every couple of years. There would be a class, they would play this movie My Friend Martin, which is about a kid who gets the power to go back in time, a black kid, and he saves Martin Luther King from getting shot. Or like no, he goes back in time to like when Martin Luther King was like a teenager like him, and brings him back to the future so he doesn't have to be shot and have all that shit happen to him. And then the world is still, there's still like segregation because Martin Luther King never happened. So, so the black kid goes back to the past with Martin, or goes back to the future with Martin Luther King, and he's being segregated against, and all of a sudden, all of his white
And it's like,
friends hate
I'm
him and are
sorry.
spitting on him.
I'm sorry,
Um,
MLK, but I gotta shoot you. I gotta
and
be the assassin.
he
Boom.
realizes like, yeah, shit, we have to put Martin back where he's supposed to be, and Martin's like, I know what I must do. I will return back and do as I am destined to do. Thank you for trying to save me, young African American child of the modern era. Please continue to share my story. Um, and that was
This is like that whitest kids you know fucking skit where they have a fucking open-ended fucking freezer or refrigerator, and it doubles as a time machine, and they go back in time to stop 9/11, and then they come back and everything is worse before. It was like, what we gotta do? Go back and start 9/11.
That
Alright,
would
I
be a
think
good if they did like 9/11 My Friend Martin, where like they go back in time and they get teenage Osama bin Laden and they tell him about how peace is good and how you don't have to kill everybody and he's like, "Yes, I understand." But then they take him back to the future and like America's all like fucked up and it's like, "Shit. I guess 9/11 was important to the history of our nation and we have to make Osama go back and do 9/11 when we worked so hard to stop him."
what if you got him while he was just, like, a college graduate, and you, like, just shoved him in a cave and had, like, an industrial fucking, like, 20 car batteries just tied up to this fucking metal spiked fucking dildo, and you just had him ass fucked for 40 years, and then you went and came back and you, like, dumped him off in the past somewhere while he's just ass fucked, bleeding, and crazy. Do you think he'd still do 9/11?
I don't know. That's an interesting experience. That's an interesting experiment. I also just thought of My Friend George. They should do the George Floyd version of My Friend Martin.
Oh my god. Dude, I wish this George Floyd shit never fucking happened, man.
Well, the thing is, all the discourse that resulted, everybody's been so annoyed by it for so long that it would be the reverse. Like saving George Floyd would be a good idea. We would just be in utopia because nobody had to fucking deliberate on George Floyd for 5 years because George Floyd never died.
Well, no, man, I think he was going because he was overdosing on fent. So all they had to do was just not fucking kneel on him, put it in the back of the fucking car, and he would just died, and the fucking cops wouldn't have been at fault. Like he just overdosed.
I still don't know if I buy that. Jury's still out on that.
No, he was. His autopsy revealed he was high on fentanyl.
My monkey
He
got
was just
forced to
hot.
apologize about that, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't have a YouTube career, so it's fine.
That was the last time I heard about George Floyd. Is Mumkey made this exact point that you're making about how he overdosed in a video, and there was like a deluge of comments about how actually that's not true because blah 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 blah. And then Mumkey was like, "Yeah, I guess I fucked that up, huh?" I'm not
No,
gonna
he was
delete
just
the
getting yelled
video,
at, and
but I'm
he's
gonna
just
put a
done.
pinned comment up.
Well, what's whatever to me? I don't give a shit. I mean, it's not really even that big a deal. People fucking do too much drugs and OD all the time.
Yeah, but I guess the point is you're more devaluing this thing that people see as a murder that happened by trying to claim that it was the overdose that killed him and
No, he was
not the
overdose. I
murder
didn't
that
say
killed
that.
him.
Why do you do that? Like, why do you do that? Why do you take it like everything that you can possibly say and spin it in some like weird fucking narrative? I never fucking tried to do that.
Maybe I'm just evil, Mo. Maybe I'm just a bad
Well,
guy.
I didn't fucking even mean I wouldn't even fucking say that. So yeah, fuck you. I didn't devalue anything. I didn't deny the fucking murder. I said what happened if they just fucking put him in the back of their squad car, and since he was overdosing anyway, he was going to die
He
in
probably
the
would have
back
been
of a
fine.
squad car. I don't know, like apparently the level that he had was fucking toxic.
Yeah, but like any level is toxic according to them. They like touch it and they like start seizing on the ground. Like
That's
it
not true.
Yeah, yeah, and you don't know what their what kind of shit George Floyd was doing and what would have happened to him. You know, when you kneel on someone's neck and like throw them on the ground and shit, and they start freaking out, they kind of lose their ability to hold down what they got cooking, all the chemicals and shit they got cooking in there. Their ability to hold it down kind of goes all haywire when you start throwing them around and choking them and preventing them from being able to breathe, and then they die.
Uh
Whereas if they just were like hanging out, they probably would have been fine because they do drugs all the time.
Okay, see, I didn't even fucking mean any shit like that. I don't know what that is right there.
What do you
What
mean?
you just said, that was some
It's
hairy
just
shit. What the
reality,
fuck?
right? Like people be taking fentanyl, right? Like some
Well,
people just do it and it's just like normal for them. And it's like he's just running around, he's just doing fentanyl and that's like a normal thing that he does. But then he gets like thrown to the ground and like choked out by a knee on his neck. And now his whole equilibrium is fucked. Whereas if he was just like being normal and hanging out, that would have been fine. That would just been just another Tuesday, just another fentanyl Tuesday.
no, he was gonna overdose even if he was at his buddy's apartment or like on the fucking streets.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
no,
This
that's
is
not how overdoses work, man. They don't wait till like you're just like cool and vegging out and vibing. Like, no, it was like that's the body's way of saying, hey, you did way too much of this fucking narcotic. We're gonna shut down now. Goodbye. And that's how that works.
I don't know. I think you're a little off base. And
Dude,
I think
I'm a
this
fucking drug fucking expert, man. I know what I'm
Oh
talking about.
yeah, fucking forensic files over here, Mr.
Oh
Mo
yeah, all
Fried
fucking
Gaming.
self-taught. All self-taught. Anywho, I think I've said everything I need to say. This is such a weird way to end this fucking
It's a
show.
great
I
episode.
yeah,
This is
great
not gonna get us in
episode, dude.
trouble. This is not gonna
Oh,
get us in trouble at all in any
especially with that
way.
weird shit that you just said at the like near the end there. That was like fucking nuts. Like I don't think drug overdoses and stuff work like that.
But like people do drug like how does that work?
Okay, if you do too many drugs or too
It's like
much
you
of
you have
the
a
hard drug.
fentanyl and like if you do a little sometimes people do a little bit of fentanyl and then they just die. But some people just be doing fentanyl. How does that work?
No, that's a tolerance.
And you don't think
Like
that can be affected by extraneous factors at all? Like if you're someone who has a strong tolerance for hard drugs, but then one day you're on hard drugs and the police show up and they fucking throw you to the ground and put their knees on your neck, you don't think that might like fuck you up?
I mean, I guess it could, but like the way that you say it, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe possibly.
Thank you. At least you understand. At least you're acknowledging that it's possible. That's all I ask.
Okay, well, I think I've said everything I need to say. Riley, you got anything you want to talk about?
Um, no, I don't.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I don't have
Okay.
anything. I have to fucking go to bed and then go to work, and but I hate it. It sucks.
It do be like that, Mr. Stansel.
To be like
Anywho,
that, Mr. Stancil.
Stansel. Dude, like Vito's right.
Do you
That
think that
fucking
when we make robots, they're gonna rape Will Stancil? Is that code
oh,
still waiting in
dude,
the
I hope he
AI
gets gang raped
wings?
by AI bots, by fucking Twitter bots, like by fucking Tesla bots. Like
I
I
hope
hope they
that
hold him
Elon
down.
turns on like the Tesla auto driving and
Yeah,
it's
rape,
like
no rape.
all the GPSs just turn to fucking Will Stansel's house and
All right,
they're fucking
execute
transporting the robots there to rape Will
execute
Stansel.
order 66. And that is just all of you gang rape Will Stansel. And they just have like their fucking the speakers come out of their fucking head. Do we like that, Mr. Stansel? And he's just getting ass raped. I hope he gets held down in gang rape. I really, really do by fucking Tesla bots. Powered by Grok AI. That just give them like random the right wing was right on this and this and this. Do we like that, Mr. Sansel? Despite 13% of the population, do we like that, Mr. Sansel? And
He
you know,
has
they
to
just
watch
fucking
like
go,
racist PragerU content will be
oh
raped
god, just nothing
by
but Charlie
robots.
Kirk for fucking 48 hours straight. Oh, and Ben Buff fucking Shapiro. Ugh.
Only Jubilee Charlie Kirk videos.
Uh. Anywho, Riley, where can they find you?
I wish we could put you in like a Jubilee scenario. That'd be funny.
A Jubilee
You don't know about
scenario?
Jubilee?
I have
Well,
no idea what
you
you're
know
talking
about
about.
Jubilee. You just don't know it's called Jubilee. You know the
You
people
mean
who do the
JEW?
the people who
Jubilee?
Jubilee. It's like
Yeah, I don't know what Jubilee is
it's like
except the X-Men cartoon.
one conservative and it's 25 liberals and they're in a circle around the
No,
conservative and they go up one at a time and
nah,
they
for me, that's a mass assault waiting to happen. Like, I'm just gonna crush, like, the first thing, first stupid fucking answer I get. But nah, I just I have a deep hatred for people, especially people who disagree with me. Like, emphatically, especially, like, when they have, like, facts in front of them. Like, "No, man, like, this really did work out. We really did do that. We really did do well on that." "No, I don't believe you." Yeah. Like, "Fucking die. By my hand, I creep across the land, killing firstborn man." Just, like, slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. Uh, Anywho, where can they find you, Riley, again?
like gr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY. Cinematic Universe podcast, YouTube channels. My main channel. I'm doing manga reviews now.
Yeah.
I reviewed the first volume of Dragon Ball Super. Pretty cool manga. I don't know if you've heard of it. Small indie manga.
Oh, yeah?
Um
I still have to watch them, I heard it's a good anime.
It's pretty good anime. But yeah, that's I'm doing that on my main channel. Me and Demigloom might have something cooking up. So, and something. Speaking of Demigloom, something else I'm supposed to promote that I forgot that I'm supposed to promote. Demigloom released a new single featuring a familiar voice. The voice of myself, credited under my rapper persona, Straight Chain.
Oh, God.
I am prominently featured on Demi Gloom's new single, The Weed Rap. So everybody please stream The Weed Rap. It's on like real music platforms, I think. I'm pretty sure it's on like Spotify and stuff. So everybody go listen to The Weed Rap featuring Straight Chain by Demi Gloom. High quality rap music. I'm on there spitting some hot bars. Demi Gloom's on there spitting some hot bars. It's good stuff. Check it out.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I gotta play it on one of these shows here because now she didn't content ID it this time like last time. I had to appeal to YouTube because she played her fucking gay song on largest issue and then it got content ID'd because of whatever fucking service she was using to put it on music platforms. And I had to like appeal to YouTube and like write a thing where I'm like, yeah. So you see the artist is a host on the podcast and she was showing us her song that she owns on her show that she also owns partly and YouTube was like, oh, okay, we understand, thankfully.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Alright.
uh but yeah, there you go.
Okay. And you can find me at twitter.com/MSG official YT. Mosai Gaming. Mosai Gaming everywhere. Check me out. W.GG. Use promo code MODIGITY. Save 10% of your purchase. And fuck. Oh god. All of a
You're
sudden I'm
losing
fucking
him.
sneezing. I'm fucking dying, man. I'm fucking sneezing my life away. All right, yeah, W.GG's promo code MoDiggity saved 10% off your total purchase. W.GG promo code MoDiggity. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, ta ta.
Bye.
Ah.